Yo, what is up? Joshua Casper here with another quick Massive sound. This is the series where I try to make a dope sound inside of Massive in under 5 minutes, and I always put the patch up online for you guys to download, as well as follow along with the tutorial. Today it's going to be on a lead sound, and it's pretty dope. This is what it's going to sound like. So, as you can hear, it's super dope, so let's jump right into it. And by the way, I don't explain too much of what's going on. I've had a person kind of come at me about that, but I'm just trying to show you what I do to make the sounds I make. So hopefully if you follow along, you kind of teach yourself what everything is doing and why. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's drag in a new instance of Massive, plugs, Massive, sweet. I'm going to bring down this MIDI. Oops. Sweet. I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete that first one so we can save the CPU power. But we want to use all three on pulse saw sync. And I want to bring the sync rate up to about here on this one. And I want to bring it all the way over on the wavetable here. And both of these are down, that's good. I want to go up 12 here and up 24 here. Cool, and I want to bring the amp all the way up, and I want to bring the amp up pretty high. And I want to bring the intensity all the way down, and the intensity right here about like that. I can turn off the modulation, turn off the noise, turn off the feedback, turn off the second insert. We're only going to use this first insert. We're going to use a bit crusher. We can go ahead and put that on right now, just turn it all the way up. We're also going to use a filter. We're going to use the acid filter. We're going to turn it all the way open like that, put in a little bit of reverb. So let's listen to what we have right now. So that sounds pretty cool, right? Let's come in here. Let's bring up the attack just a tad. Let's bring up the level and bring this over. That's cool, and let's come into the voicing, and we're going to turn it on mono rate to give it some gliding potential. I'm going to turn the unison up to 3, and on the trigger I'm going to go to legato triller. And that legato triller is what makes it slide around like that. See that? And now... Cool, but now we want to come in and kind of adjust the glide rate, and I'm going to turn it up right about here on the time, and I'm also going to turn it up to 2, the pitch bend up to, down 2. Okay? The next thing we want to do is adjust some of these envelopes. I'm going to use this envelope here. I'm going to bring it over to about here, and slope, morph, level, decay, yes, and bring that back over. So I want this kind of really slowly building up and then dropping off. And what I'm going to do is add that to the pitch bend over here, and I'm going to bring it up 2, and up 2, and up 2. So that's pretty cool, and that's just adding a little bit of motion to the sound. Yeah, that's fine. And the next attack, I'm going to bring it over fairly long. I'm going to bring the level up a little bit. Actually, I'll leave it like that. And I'm actually going to bring it over like this, really, really far. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply it to all 3 of these intensity knobs on the oscillators. And I'm going to take this one and drag it down to bring it all the way down. I'm going to bring this one up, I don't know, like about halfway. And I'm going to bring this one up about halfway. So as you can hear, that's kind of adding a phase because the intensity is slowly building up on each of them, but it's already at a different point, which is giving it that kind of phase sound. And this main one's walking down while this other one's walking up. So I think that's pretty cool. And if we just add some finishing touches like some reverb, maybe some sync delay. And I want to do 4/16 on the left and 2/16 on the right. And I want to turn up the dry and maybe just a damp and the feedback just a tad. Maybe just turn. Sweet, and the last thing I want to do is put on an EQ and just boost up that high shelf just a tad, bring that low shelf down just a tad. And that should be the sound we started with. If not, I'm going to go ahead and save this version as well, throw them both up on the web, up on the blog. Rate, subscribe, comment, it really helps the channel, and we will see you next time.